Alright, this is the boss. You can just do this, like melee. It's kind of scary, but so this is this phase 2, right? Oh no, Big Tit, no! He got run over. See, 80 damage, and I have a lot of defense. Are those big pincer shots? They hurt a lot. They hit like what? 180 armor piercing damage. They hurt. I'm going to teach you guys how to do Primal Marsh, how to finish a Primal Marsh, how to understand the phases, and how to solo the Primal Marsh. Oh, the wiki is outdated, seems like. So, since the wiki doesn't have any guides just yet, we're going to have to go through this blind. So, I pick this class, specifically the Juggernaut class, because this class is arguably, and probably not arguably, probably is the best class in the game. So, the Primal Marsh actually drops from Highlands, and as a bug, they drop from Lowlands because it's actually programmed to drop as a beginner dungeon. So some beginners might see Primal Marsh drops when they're not supposed to try them yet, because Primal Marsh is not a beginner dungeon anymore, at least in this version. So let's just try to find ourselves a Primal Marsh. If we can beat the Primal Marsh at the worst ever scenario, or worst ever, case, then we can beat the Primal Marsh in the best case scenario. And there's a lot of oh my, that is a fat G-wall. This is the sign that we missed. This is the main objective of this dungeon. And to be honest, it's a very good... Oh, I think the server just died again. But to be honest, this is a very good... Oh. And we're going to find some Primal Marsh yet again, after we already found the Primal Marsh. Also, Minis dropped some good loot. So I'm going to kill this guy first. Ouch. Oh my god, these guys hurt so much. Never mind. Primal Marsh! Primal Marsh! Alright. Back at it again with the Primal Marsh. Alright. Hopefully people don't hop in here. So this is the sign we missed, right? Hunt down Darlock, who has been terrorizing the marsh. This Darlock is the boss of this marsh. It's kind of difficult to move around because you're not at 100% speed at any point here. So you're fastest in the grass, you get slower on the water, and you're slowest in dirt. For some reason, you're slower in land than on water. I digress. So as you can see, it's relatively safe, but I don't recommend you AFKing on spawn just because it's spawn. Alright, so this dungeon doesn't really have a lot of walls. The mission here is to find the boss. And honestly, it's a good concept. So be careful about these eggs. These eggs hatch and they have those crane looking birds that slow you. And they kind of hurt a little bit. And they explode before they show up. Oh, they nerfed it. It doesn't have the explosion anymore. The shotgun is now the only thing. But be careful about the crabs. The most dangerous enemy in this, minion in this dungeon are the crabs. And apparently they despawn. So the main thing you need to look out for are those big pincer shots. They hurt a lot. They hit like what? 180 armor piercing damage. They hurt. So as you can see here, those markers, lingering shots in the map, those indicate that there are crabs and crabs in that area. As you can see, there's lingering shots over there. That means there are crabs in that area. So these frogs, they stay on one spot, just like these crane looking things, and they also confuse you. So be careful about those. So these frogs, they are the machine guns. but they stay on one patch of land where they spawn. I don't recommend going into the center trying to find a boss. So what I recommend you to do is actually hug a wall, either left wall or right wall. And as you can see, I think we found the boss already. But usually something like this where there's a long patch of hallway is where the boss lies. So you need to find a small and kind of tight hallway, and you will have to follow that, and it leads you to the boss. All right? But this time, as you can see, this is the hallway. It's not straight. It's zagged, zigged, and zagged. And it's very short. But we found the small hallway that leads to the boss. So a tip I'm gonna have to tell you or give you is that before you enter the boss and you're not very comfortable, be sure to clear every enemy that's close to the boss. So this is the first phase, and he shoots this pattern now. It's different before, but you just have to rotate. It's kind of scary, honestly, but you just need to rotate. If you're ranged, you can sit over here and micro dodge. You won't get hit a single time. Just tap the left or the right, depending on how your screen is rotated. You won't get hit if you just do it right. It's pretty easy. If you're ranged, if you're melee, you can just do this, like melee. Micro dodge. All right, phase 2, minion phase. This is phase 2. In this phase, you're going to have to kill the minions before the boss becomes vulnerable. So as you can see here, the twins that are chasing me are not vulnerable. We need to first kill the minions that are circling the boss itself. There's 3 types. The rotating ones, which shoots these lingering shots that doesn't really deal that much damage. The following ones and the lingering ones. Not to be confused with the minions that shot lingering shot. You need to first kill all the rotating ones on the boss, and then you need to kill these lingering ones. These lingering ones will weaken you, which means you cannot stay still. But they are actually not very tanky anymore. They used to be tanky, but now they're not. Boom. Now that the lingering ones are dead, it's going to be the final set of minions, the twins that are apparently attached to the hip, that will follow you. And now it's phase 3, chase phase. Just walk on the green path and you should be good. Right? Walk on the green path, you should be good. If you walk on the blue path or the water path, you're gonna be slower, and it's worse to walk on the dirt path because you're the slowest. It's kind of scary, but trust me, if you just walk around this green patch of grass, it's gonna be easier. This is the final phase. This is the hardest phase. Now, there's going to spawn a mini boss in the middle, which is going to keep you away from getting into the center, and it hurts kind of. See, 80 damage, and I have a lot of defense. So it's kind of hard to see the boss, but he's in the outer ring rotating, shooting lines of shot that one deals a lot of damage and bleeds you and confuses you. The red shots bleed, the purple, pink shots, they confuse you. Yeah, I don't recommend killing this guy in the middle because he's very tanky. If you did that much damage to the boss, you would have already killed him. As you can see, that's very dangerous. So try your best to dodge these confused shots, because they can confuse you to the boss, they can confuse you to the middle mini boss, and they can confuse you to the ring of death. And the boss is dead. He concedes right there. He doesn't die. Maybe if you out damage it too much, he will die. As you can see, I can't hit him. He's invincible. He doesn't die. He faints. He sleeps. He gives you the loot. You might think that, oh, this is kind of easy. Well, it's kind of easy because you're the only character in this. You're the only player in this dungeon right now. If there are other people trying to drag the boss, it's going to be a lot harder because you need to read where the boss is going. Soloing it, it's not very difficult. And there's free wisdom gen. Wisdom is very expensive right now, so you need to farm this maybe. I don't have a speed ring. We're not as fast. as the Juggernaut, but we do have 50 speed, and we found the boss. So the map is relatively claustrophobic, I would say. But as you can see, I can just outrange the boss over here. Big Tit is kind of struggling. I can see. Here, I'll heal you. Just in case. I'll heal you once more. Just in case you need it. Alright. So this is this phase 2, right? Oh no! Big Tit, no! He got ran over. The boss was chasing me. The boss wasn't chasing Big Tit. So it's kind of hard to gauge where the boss is actually going because it's not chasing you. That's the hardest part of not being in solo, is that you don't exactly know who the boss is targeting, right? So as you can see, these circle orb shots don't actually deal that much damage. They just quiet you, right? But this is by far the hardest phase. Even to me, I don't like this phase. Because of all the shots, coupled with the confused shots, the bleed shots, the OP huge damage shot. Right? But all you do is just rotate with the boss, trying not to get into the center of the ring. There we go. The boss is dead. Next time, we're going to give away some gems because I have so much gems that I want to give you guys. Some of them are soulbound, like I said, like I showed you guys. So many of my items are soulbound. I can't even give it to you if I wanted to. Can't even sell it if I wanted to. And you can sell it for PayPal for some reason. Which is, I don't know if that's legal or not, but they kind of allowed it, I guess. But, alright. That's all for me, ladies and gents. Since there are no more clutches, that's gonna be it. Thank you for joining this stream.